No more hiding more. What's up, New Zealand? We got a whopper today. And I'm not just meaning physically, I'm meaning of a show. So anyway, welcome, as usual, my trusty side piece, Johnny Woo, everybody. Woo! I am the tiger. I'm playing your theme song every week, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, we are blessed, seriously blessed, to have such a long-time brother from another mother to join us on the show today. Everybody, welcome to the Automotive Casting Couch, Mr. James Kirkham. Haltech, baby, yeah, what?
Page up for power.
Page it up, power. Yeah, we all know I'm excited about Haltech, and today we got Mr. Haltech himself, Mr. James Kirkham. All right, welcome.
Thanks, Matty. Appreciate it.
It's great to have you here. Oh, my temperature came up.
It's
not just
It's all that energy.
Yeah, it is. It's not just the incredibly fluorescent Toyo Tyres lights. But yeah,
Tyres.
And Kenda, thank you. Yes. We love Kenda. We love Toyo Tyres. Great component of the business here at 40B Cavendish Drive, Slam City, baby, Megan Turbo Monaco. But anyway, let's get away from me and let's talk about you. It's supreme for both Jono and I. Sausages rolling. It's supreme for us to have James here. James is such a long-time friend and he has such a rich and deep investment in New Zealand's automotive scene. So we're just blessed to have you here today, brother.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
We've been looking forward to this one, and there's so many facets, so many deep dives we can go to. Isn't that right, Jono?
Yep.
There's stories in every direction.
Yep. For those of you out there who don't know, both of us were employees of James at one point or another, or at the same time.
Yes.
Yep. Clothed.
Only just.
It was awesome.
I was about to say, is that? No, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clothed.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, let's get straight into it. Because my mind's a fluster with how many different things we can talk about. So let's stick to the focus of the core structure of. Let's talk about what did you bring us today, James?
Well, on the hoist today we have a 1974 Mazda Rx4 Coupe. I've owned it for 27 years.
And for a guy who's 28, he did well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. But believe it or not, I turned 48.
Yes, and that was yesterday. Happy birthday, James! Woo! Happy birthday.
Oh, that silky smooth sound.
But yeah, seriously, happy birthday, brother.
Thanks, bro.
We're all getting a little bit closer to that big 5-0, eh?
Oh, definitely. Very close.
How many close? How close, Jono?
I'm halfway, actually.
Yeah. If you, Jono.
Yeah, looking good though.
Yeah, always looking great.
I reckon we look better at 25.
Thanks.
If they only knew what we got up to at 25, maybe.
There was no cameras, bro.
Yeah, true.
No, nothing to be seen here. Just a bunch of people having a good time.
Yeah. So the RX4 I bought in September 1998.
Wow, September's a great year for birthdays and for car purchasing.
Believe it or not, it was my birthday, September. Well, it was 5 days. I bought it on the 1st of September 1998.
Wow.
Yep.
So let's wind it back. Hands of time.
Yeah, and I'm gone.
I was about to say, Jono wasn't even born.
Jono's not even a thought at this point.
But
Yeah, he's not even swimming.
well, he could have been. He just wasn't. He wasn't out.
Yeah.
Out and about.
Yeah, he hadn't debuted.
I love it.
So rewind the hands of time. You're 21 years of age.
I was about to turn 21.
About to turn 21, and you're hunting for your second car
Yeah,
ever.
second project car. So my first car was a 1981 Mazda 3D3, which I bought as a 1300, four-speed manual. Just paid $1,800 for it. Saw it down the side of a driveway. Went in, knocked on the door, asked to buy the car. Retired couple that owned it, bought the car, drove it. Decided that I want to put a rotary in it. Put a 12A stage 2 in it. 5-speed gearbox. Didn't do anything to the diff. Put Honda Civic EF3 seats in it.
Sick. Honda Civic.
Honda
stuff.
Civic, yeah.
That
Ooh.
floats Jono's boat right there.
Believe it or not, I even had a car phone in it back in the day, the old Nokia, as in wiring car phone. Dad had upgraded to the Motorola flip phone, so I got the car phone out of Dad's car.
Sick.
Oh, awesome.
So that was pretty cool. And
What? Yeah,
no. The phone was in there before the Rotary, but it was still cool. It was back, like people were still walking around with suitcase ones, and the Motorola's had only just sort of come through.
Wow.
Yeah,
We're old, eh?
yeah, we're old. Those are the days. I worked at Shell Kensington up in Whangarei to earn my money to buy my first car, and then bought that car once I moved to Auckland, and that was my up and down to Whangarei to Auckland car. So, yeah.
Cool. And then versioning on your 21st birthday, you decided,
Well,
I'm gonna buy me a
the
classic.
story with the 33 is it actually got stolen.
oh,
So my mother took
if you're out there stealing dreams.
my mother took
hopes.
it to a job interview, and the one thing that she said was, "Where do I park it?" I said, "Park it in a car park building. That way it's safe and secure." Well, it got stolen out of Victoria Park Market car park building, and they lifted the barriers. There's video of them lifting the barrier and pushing it out the. Oh my god!
Soul destroying.
Yeah. So insurance paid out on that, and it took me a while to decide on what I wanted. But Aaron Clyde, who we all know,
Yep.
AC had brought me into the Rotary world when I was 15, working at the gas station, and had taken me for a run round the block in an RX4, and that was the only car that I really fitted in. So
It's quite tall.
So-
6'6".
Yeah. For those of you out there, RX4 Coupe is the larger of all the coupe frames, isn't it?
That's right. It was built
across
for the American domestic market. So
Yeah.
it was.
So it's like the we're trying to keep up with the Commodore sort of. It's got to be a bigger car.
Mustang.
Mustang, Rustang.
So
Not that thing.
no.
James had a Rustang.
No, I didn't.
Let me just put that. Don't fear the microphone. You're going to go deep. It's a deep dive. So you got to get clean, clear, and into it. What's up? Page up for power. Haltech all the way.
So I found this advertisement there for a $500 RX4 rolling body, and I thought to myself, "Oh, I can do the engine and all the rest of that stuff." So that was cool. Rang the number. It was an 06 number, and it was down in Hastings. He said, "Yep, it's just had a repaint." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "The front windscreen's cracked, and it all smoothed off, but yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Would you be all right if I came down and picked it up?" And he's like, "Yeah, no drama."
How much did you pay for this fine piece of automotive history back in
1998.
1998? 2 years after you left school.
That would be $500.
That's pretty cheap.
That's fantastic value. That's something Jono's generation will never understand.
No, definitely not.
No, they won't. I think I might even have a picture of it on the trailer.
With Danton Vision, we'll put that right here.
So then Christopher and I drove back from Hastings and got it back to Auckland, put it in the house or in the garage at the house, and I proceeded to pull it apart. They'd done things that I didn't agree with, like smoothed off the engine bay. And that was a thing back in 1998. Like it was.
Yeah, the sales of Bog were through the roof at that point.
That's right. So
that was a good time for Bog, eh?
Yeah,
late 1990s, early 2000s.
I took to it with an acrylic wheel and thought I'd get rid of the smoothed-in battery tray. So they'd smoothed over where the battery tray would have been. I got the acrylic wheel in, and I'm going through it. First layer of Bog. Yep, be steel here soon. And for some reason, I then found the tyre.
Sally's no more steel.
There's no more steel.
So at that point, I realised that there was no steel there, and the corner of that was gone. I then continued cleaning off the chassis rail, and there was no chassis rail.
Ooh.
And
So your $500 purchase of a car was not really a car; it was just bog.
there was a lot of bog in that front left corner. A lot,
I think you kind of got to have a like realistic expectation when you're buying a classic and it's $500. Even back then, $500 was still incredibly cheap.
You could buy a complete car for $5,000, registered, warranted, driving,
Like an RX4? Or?
like an RX4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's sort of what they were worth back then.
Yep.
Nobody really, they didn't have the value.
Captain
that they have
Hindsight wasn't around. Captain Hindsight. Now,
Well,
if anybody knew that guy, like now, if Captain Hindsight was a GC and gave anyone a little tap on the shoulder and said, what you guys should do is you should grab an RX2, RX3 Coupe, RX4, just grab whatever you want, just put them in a little shed and just, find somewhere to store them. Even GDRs, when they weren't allowed to be imported, just bring in heaps and wait with the paperwork for when they became classics.
That's it.
Oh, we'd all be mining gold.
Mining gold. I decided that, I'd just slowly chip away at it. I got, I think it was Braden and Shay over to help pull the rear window out of my car, and so they can clean out the all the gully traps of bog or rust or whatever. And as they were doing that,
Artist's clay.
yes, artist clay. As they were doing that, they broke the rear window.
Oh.
Don't let you drink there.
That's
Mate,
okay, I'm right.
I already knew the front window was broken, but the rear window was that was interesting, and you can see now the window that I've got. Believe it or not, I had to buy another whole car to get that window.
Just for one window.
It's really
Well, it sounded like he needed a whole new left-hand front quarter too. So
Yeah, true.
I'm assuming there was
more involved.
Yeah, a little bit more car required.
So, well, I did. I started to acquire other bits, but I didn't do that right then. I then, at that time, I was working at Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radio.
Yeah.
Who hasn't spent $1 there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know I have.
So I was working at Rapid Radio, and I decided that I'd buy other cars at the same time because this wasn't going to go anytime soon. So I had a 1984 BF MR Doc Turbo Mazda 3D3.
Oh, not the twin, the two-tone with the silver and stop it. How good's that, eh?
Sedan though.
No, well, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, sedans are cool, but for me it was the hatch. Eh? There's nothing like watching your rear spoiler deform and trying to figure out how to straighten it up.
So the Doc Turbo.
Sick car from back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's boy racing real good. Yeah.
So the Doc Turbo was the daily driver for a while. Had the plate Evil Sedan, EVL SDN. Yeah.
Still have it, or
No, that's on a Triumph Spitfire, I think now. Well, it's no longer reached. I would love the plate back, but
If you're out there, call 0800 Haltech. He makes a lot of money these days, so you'll probably get what it's worth.
during that time, I pulled it down to bare metal and decided that what needed to happen was that I needed another car. So I bought another RX4 for the fact that I could get one that had a diff in it, big brakes, but had the front left-hand corner, but it had been hit in the back end. So I bought another one for $500. I took the front left-hand corner off that car and stitched that onto the car that you see today. Yes.
The original Transformer.
Yes. So that process took best part of 7 years, I think, before it got straight.
You weren't in a hurry.
Definitely no hurry.
7 years.
7 years.
That's a lot of Jono's life.
So, well,
I mean, proportionately speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when it was being panel beaded was a very good friend of mine, Brad Wheeler, did the panel work at his shop. We found that Mazda had designed all the water galleries, so the way that the water flowed incorrectly, it would fill up with dirt, and that's the reason why they used to rust out and so on. So at the same time, I decided to correct those. So we did. And that just took a little bit longer again. And back then, so that was probably 2004 through 2000. Yeah, around 2004, I would say, through to maybe 2007. I got a job offer. I'd left Rapid Radio, went snowboarding for a year, and got a job offer with TurboSmart. So, yeah.
I can't do blow off valve noises, but I wish I could. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Turbo Smart, what a dream.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, you were like, you were emceeing things at local car scenes and stuff, eh?
So I started commentating the Fawn Rotary Nationals back in 1998.
Oh, I still wasn't around.
2 years out of school, boom, straight into it. For tickets.
I can tell you the story of how that came around.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
One of James' greatest quotes of all time, immortalised on YouTube.
Yes, here we go. This is going to be a long story.
It's going to be a long night. So anyway, I distracted us. So you're deep in the car scene. You're emceeing some of the biggest and rowdiest flipping car events in New Zealand at the time. Fast forward to you're at Turbo Smart.
In Australia, Sydney.
For a lot of us here in New Zealand at that period of time, we all understand what Turbo Smart carried. It was like, well, I was selling packages back then.
Packages?
Well, you get yourself a blow-off valve, a set of wheels and tyres, and a flipping an alarm
You mean
kit.
through Mag and Turbo?
No, that was Monaco Auto and Tyre back then, the home of Chrome. Nigel
Chrome.
Stickland and the boys. Yeah, wasn't here. But now I'm just like, I can see them from the other end of the street.
Competition.
Nah, we're brothers from other mothers, bro. We all get along, you know. That's life. Life's too short to be competitors. You got to be friends first, man. That's what life's all about, eh?
Definitely.
Got to care for each other first and foremost.
Well, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of us being friends today,
No,
Jono?
exactly.
That's right. And, as hard as it is to support Jono in some of his trials and tribulations, like we're still
Do you
here.
realise how hard it was for me to get him to work for me?
Oh,
That took a lot of work there, Matt.
did it?
Jono's actually one of the nicest, most kind-hearted people. Kind-hearted. He goes,
know.
boom. What is it?
It's a heart.
Kind-hearted. Takes me a bit to say it because I haven't got one. Kind-hearted people in the world. And we actually really enjoy having them out. So as much as we rib them and roast them, it's because there's secretly deep down there somewhere he loves it. All right, so you're turbo smarting, which probably for most fanboys of the boy racer community at that period of time was probably a holy grail job, right? Because
Holy great, but it took me offshore, so I wasn't here in New Zealand. Back then, CC McPhail had the Turbo Smart agency, and I was working as international sales based out of Sydney for Nick Cooper and the team.
fancy. Very fancy.
So did that for just on a year, and then decided that it was time to come home, and I started my own car audio shop back here in New Zealand. So that was Sound Q, and that was 2006. During that time was a very interesting time in business. It was called the GFC. And
Nobody needs a good global financial crisis, Jono, for you young fellas who were probably still wiping your bum on mum and dad's expensive toilet paper, which you never paid for. There's nothing like a good global financial crisis to really bring you to your knees.
we didn't have a toilet paper shortage or anything, but it was definitely...
But you went from 4 to 2.
Yeah, 2 ply.
Yeah. Every now and then you pop your finger through it. You're like, oh, damn it. That's shit.
Literally shit.
Yeah. Leave your little pooper a bit sore. If I'd known about nappy cream when I was younger before I had kids, I would have walked with so much more swagger. Anyone else? I'm only speaking the truth. We've lost them.
James,
5 minutes later.
No wonder you guys take so long to film this.
You've all done it. Don't lie. Come on. Let's be honest with each other. This is a show about honesty. 2 ply's terrible. But
It's not about toilet paper anymore, bro.
No.
the pink one's 3 ply.
I've never had pink toilet paper.
No,
Where do you
like
get that from?
And the Consoft, the pink one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's 3 ply.
Yeah, so it's safe
The blue
and
one.
effective.
Yep. No fingers through.
Okay, anyway.
Who has pink toilet paper?
No, the Consoft, the pink one.
You're meaning the branding
Yeah.
on the package.
Oh.
The one with the
Cotton
pink
soft.
on.
Oh, so the paper's still white.
Yes, the paper is
Racist.
still white.
You've just finished at SoundQ.
No.
Hopefully you're
it's
spending
important.
some money on your car soon.
Was at SoundQ. So I actually had the RX4 there.
2-ply or 4-ply at SoundQ?
No, it was probably 4-ply. But
Okay, that's good. Safety first.
Safety first,
You've
mate.
got big fingers.
John blew it next door to
John blew it all right.
and I took it to Kimu Car Painters where Shane decided that he would do a paint job for me.
Same colour as it is today?
Same colour as it is today, so that was good. Shane Herbert and Susan Herbert, Shane's daughter, helped me paint the car, or they painted the car for me, and then Susan and I put it back together and we took it to the 2009 Foreign Rotary Nationals. Then I sold Jason my half of the business September 2009. I took the car away as a rolling body and it went to a friend of mine, Grant Reed's place. And I stored it there and we put the engine together via Chi at Dynamic Automotive. Chi put the engine together. We dropped that in the hole at Grant's place. We did the wiring and started putting all the interior back together. Got a guy from Van Extras back then to help me do the interior in leather. So the Recaro seats out of an Evo along with the back seat. Retrimmed it all.
Dashpad, all that stuff.
Yep. Did a fantastic job, for back then. And the first time that we drove it was for the January 2012 Foreign Rotary Nationals. Yeah.
What motor configuration were we working with in 2012?
Well, it's still the same as what we are today. So we're dealing with a 1994 JC Cosmo 13B turbo. I bought the front cut off CC McPhail, which were an engine importer back then, engine imports. Front cut, I basically bet Mad Mike by half an hour. $1,500 I paid for a whole front cut of a JC Cosmo. Very cheap back then. So that was a twin turbo.
Not so cheap for Mike. He
Missed out.
He drove all the way there and it was gone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Did you reimburse him his gas? Or?
Nah, Mike and I do laugh about it because that actually was going to be the engine for Madball.
Yeah.
Yep. So, so got that engine, pulled it down, rebuilt it. Tried to do the twin turbo. I actually wanted to try and keep it all original, but the steering box on the RX4 doesn't fit. So we went to a single turbo and a manifold. The manifold's off Tony Marcovino. It was Havitos's old 13B turbo manifold, which he gave me, and got a turbo from Master Power, Oliver Franisevic. That's the configuration that you see today. The only thing that's sort of changed in the last 10 years, I suppose, is I put a new set of injectors and a new fuel pump.
I think he's missing one important component.
And
Haltech, page up for power. Haltech New Zealand, brought to you by James Kirkham. I missed it out on my own bill, but let's talk about it. So what are you running and what are you doing in the future?
Okay.
Yes, with your Haltech.
With my Haltech. Oh,
yeah, page up for power.
Haltech.
Haltech.
Paging up for power. Haltech New Zealand, part of Haltech Global.
That's right.
James Kirkham.
Thank you very much.
And his own car.
In my own car.
And his RX4.
Currently, it's running a Haltech Elite 1500 and wideband controller, and along with a 52mm gauge art display. So that I couldn't bring myself to putting a Haltech dash in it. I liked the original sort of dashboard configuration inside the interior there. So, yeah, nice and easy. It's using a pre-terminated engine harness loom that we sell, which is about $1,400. And that's 13B turbo. We've got 4 IGM 1A coils, which are the smart coils. You've got one of those.
I do.
You've got a distributor still on your car there, Matt.
I do.
Yep.
It's because I'm running Haltech, paging up for power every day. And my VRSS, baby, soon to be in my Series 1 RX-7 too.
Yes. Basically the engine itself is just a very mild original port. It's not, they have the biggest ports out of all the engines anyway.
Cool. What sort of power are you running, you reckon?
Dyno at 275 kilowatts. We
Is that
ran out of
is that
injector.
the wheelies or at the
At the wheels. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot for that little car.
Yes.
Well, to me, that sounds like a lot. I know cars are making huge power these days, but in a little car like that, that's heaps.
It's more than enough.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need any more. It's a car that I'm quite happy to jump in and go for a drive. It's not here to be precious about. It's just there to enjoy, and it's something that I fit in, which doesn't happen very often.
No, not at all. That's why I bought a Ram. Is it a Ram? Dodge Ram.
No,
he's got a Silverado.
I've got a Silverado. You bought a
wrong
Ram?
thing. No, I don't have a Ram.
If it's not a Honda, he doesn't know about it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I own a Golf though.
Yes.
R32.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much you pay for that, Jono?
8.5 or something. I think it was.
Pardon?
8.5.
Way too cheap, if I remember. Who took you to buy that car, Jono?
Oh, you did.
That's right.
Yeah. You dropped me off, and then we bought it.
And he came back.
He did.
I came back. What?
Well, we were hoping the sale would fall through and we'd never see you again.
Basically, the future of the Rx4 is that it'll get an upgrade. So it's currently the Elite 1500. We're going to probably move it on to the Nexus range, which is our new product range that we just brought out. We now have onboard Wi-Fi, which allows you to use the new Haltech app called Haltech Connect.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Hotspots.
Yep. And obviously the advantage to the having the onboard wideband and so forth is less to wire. So less boxes to put into cars.
So it'll only take you 20 minutes instead of 45.
Sure. I'd say probably more like a day, but, we'll see how we go. So, yeah, an upgrade to the technology.
So with the Wi-Fi,
Yes.
that means the car's talking to the wonderful World Wide Web, right? So that's obviously feeding. Does that feed Haltech information on the car, or is
it's up to you if
makes it shareable?
Yeah, it's shareable, but the more than anything, it's a closed network between your phone and the car. You cannot talk to the internet at that time.
Right.
So the data is not live to the internet. It's more for you to see RPM diagnostic trouble codes, so DTC codes, be able to clear the DTC
it's
codes.
It's more about the actual functional running of the car and none of my conspiratorial thoughts.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. To make sure that you got good oil pressure, or for sensors that you can't see on your dash, you could actually then see them via the app.
It's quite incredible. I mean, even with my VR Commodore, I was so stoked with the results. Putting the Haltech 2500 in my car, and with legend Matt from Elite Motors coming down to help us wire in the 2500. So my car is stock. It's a stock motor. It's from 1993. It's what you call an iron line. They never made a huge amount of power, but they sound great. Good old cast iron block. Rings the bell every time. Oh, love it. Love getting in it. Yeah.
What sort of horsepower we putting out there?
It's a cool car, right? So in 1993, when that car came out brand new, it had 165 kilowatts at the flywheel. So we're now in 2024. I've got pacemaker headers, bit of an exhaust. I've put the original airbox back on because I don't think you can beat that with a K&N. And that's pretty much the mods bar the Haltech, and then off to Wayne at ProTune for a tune. So this is the kind of like success story you get with great engine management and the likes of paging up for power with Haltech. After the tune, we're making a solid 190 something kilowatts at the rear wheels on an engine that is factory from 1993. So we imagine how many of the ponies would have left the stables since 1993 to 2024. It's done 273,614 kilometres. I checked it when I was putting it out. Right, so those are real wheel kilometres. The odometer on this one has never stopped, unlike a lot of the other ones. So it's careering towards 300,000 k's. It's got a Haltech in it. It doesn't miss a beat.
And what's your driving experience after you put the Haltech in?
Oh, I like turtles. I like to slip that into every show too. My driving experience is my car's brand new. As far as it, I've torn the subframe.
Which was
Now?
replaced.
Could have been second, third, or fourth gear stationary a few times. Maybe doing donuts with the kids for the first time. The girls love a good donut. It's awesome. My three daughters. So torn the subframe, replaced the subframe, new Nolithane bushes, white line sway bars, tightened it all up. But with the Haltech giving me a superb increase in rear wheel kilowatt, it's like driving a go-kart. wherever you want to punch it, drop it, flip and punch the clutch, send it, it'll go.
Yep.
It's like a go-kart. It's really responsive power. It doesn't matter where my foot is on the throttle at whatever point, whenever I'm doing it to it. I know exactly what I've got and I can retain it and drive through it because the car has got consistent horsepower all the way through the rev range.
That's a very good tune.
It's a great tune from Wayne.
Yes, Pro Tune.
But it's a great engine management system. It's probably way too much for what I really needed, but it's absolutely everything I should have had. How's that for a quote?
I think that is fantastic, mate. I think that's exactly where
you
you
can
need
always
to be.
page up for more power.
Well, we can, and we'll be talking to you soon, Wayne.
What I find really incredible is the factory injectors. You know, the only thing we've replaced on it electrically has been a coil, and you've ended up with more power out of the existing delivery.
So now we've had a good yak about me.
Yeah.
Let's take a big slice out of the James Kirkham pie. Was a we don't have to talk too much about your flipping legend effort owning a Mag and Turbo store for many years and employing a couple of flipping rogue, flipping douchebags. I mean, douchebag 1, douchebag 2. We enjoyed working for you. But what we really want to hear, because this is really about Haltech and where you are right now. Obviously, you're a really successful business owner with your Mag and Turbo store and with your sound store and all of that stuff. So I'm kind of fast forwarding us. But I think what we all really want to hear and what Jono and I want to know is how'd you get the call up from Haltech? How'd they find you? How did you guys get together and run us through how you've got to this point now and what your position is, because he's pretty sure he's a big top dog here in Aotearoa.
So my role now is that I am the general manager of Haltech New Zealand.
Who doesn't want GM in their business card, eh? I've got it. It's a GM.
The GM.
Yeah, I put it on my tab. It's my black card.
But believe it or not, there's only two of us here in New Zealand. So it's Michael Chan and myself. So it's not.
Is he GM Junior?
GM Junior. He's definitely two, I see.
We love Michael Chan.
Michael Chan. Basically we make sure that we do the marketing and sales and support here in New Zealand, and that all came about by my contact. And my previous sales manager at TurboSmart, believe it or not. So David Marriott had moved from TurboSmart and had taken a job as sales manager at Haltech. And in 2011, when I was working at J.O. Russell, so I'd left Parrot, gone to J.O. Russell, Dave rang me and said, "Hey, you need to sell this." And I went, "Oh, yeah, okay. Why do I need to sell this?" And he goes, "Well, because, you should put one in your car." And I'm like, no, I've got a Microtech for my car. And he's like, no. You can't be putting that in the car. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm selling this and I want you to sell it in New Zealand. I'm like, oh, okay. So I bought a Elite 1000 back then. A Platinum Sport 1000. No, Elite 1000. A Platinum Sport 1000. And Dave sent me over a pre-terminated engine harness, which made doing the wiring on my car prior to 2012 for the Ford Rotor Nats possible. So I put it in the car and obviously it worked beautifully, which made my life easy. And I started selling those to a couple of customers, Chi at Dynamic Automotive, so who built my engine and put all the running gear and the safety. Is
Chi the guy I see on all the YouTube channels that does a lot of the pack stuff?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yep.
He's amazing talent, eh?
He's amazing talent. Very, very good at what he does. He's a one-man band. Does everything himself. Has a very cool workshop out in Honan Place in Avondale. So it might be something for What's on the Hoist to go and visit one day.
Yep. If they let us out.
So anyway, Chi would sell a lot of this. I would sell it also to other people around New Zealand that wanted the product, but I would keep it in stock. And that was why I was at J.O. Russell. In 2014, I got the opportunity to take on Mag and Turbo Ponsonby. Started that business January 2015.
I sold the first ever set of wheels at Mag and Turbo Ponsonby. Woo! Turned up, giving him a hand.
You did, Matt.
Customer came in.
Beautiful.
Dynamite. Yep, first ever set, 20-inch wheels and tyres.
Back then, Matt was my rep from YHI.
Your account manager, thank you.
Account manager, and also very, very passionate wheel and tyre enthusiast.
Who would have thought that I'm good with wheels and tyres?
Yeah. Basically fast forward, I was storing the marketing material for Haltech at Mag and Turbo site. In 2016, they couldn't believe that I was selling so much. And I kept on doing more and more of it, but I was doing the same thing. I was still doing wheels and tyres by day. In 2017, I had my daughter. So she was born in February. And that year I bumped into Mark Bevan, who was the owner of Haltech at the time, at the V8 supercars at Pukekohe. I was walking down Pitt Straight and I had my Haltech jacket on. And Mark went, "James." And I went, "Oh, Mark, what are you doing?" And he was there with Jack LeBrock, that was one of the sponsored drivers there for the V8 supercars. And I hung out with Mark for the rest of the day and his daughter Samantha. And we talked lots. And Mark said, "You need to come over for the next sales meeting." And I went, "Oh, when are you doing that?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know, I'll let you know." And that was September. So he flew back. I got a phone call probably a month later, and it was Matt Wright, who was the sales manager at the time at TurboSmart. At Haltech. He's at TurboSmart now, though, believe it or not.
That's why his mind took a wander.
Yeah,
Yes.
it did. Anyway, so Matt...
We're back.
We're back. Matt rang me and said, "I would like you to come over." So I did. Asked Danica if I could leave our less than 1-year-old and her to go to a meeting in Australia.
Danica's clearly his lovely wife.
Yes.
Yes. Very understanding.
And she puts up with all of it.
She does.
It's amazing. So I left my team running Mag and Turbo. I jumped on a plane and went over to Australia and sat down, and Mark and the boys put a contract under my nose.
So let's segue this into Danica because she's awesome.
Okay.
When he says she puts up with all of this, that was the first time you flew with Haltech.
That's right.
Certainly not the last. So where have you been in the last couple of weeks? And just give us a broad overview of what's happened in the last month, so that the people at home can understand what single parenting is about for Danica, and why she does such an amazing job as a super mum and a wonderful wife. We love you, Danica. I think we're all in awe, aren't
Yes,
we? Of your
definitely.
life. You live a blessed life.
I came home for Father's Day, though.
Yeah, which is good because you need to be celebrated. Even absentee dads need to be celebrated.
I'm not an absentee dad. I'm here.
So wind up, he's a great father who loves his family dearly. Yeah. But you do live your blessed life flying around Australasia, seeing some of the finest automotive events, don't you? I'm only winding you on because I'm jelly.
Yeah.
Jelly.
Yeah. So, anyway, I mean, yes, that's what I do. And I'm there to make sure that our product is seen in the correct light to the world.
I think from where I sit, I'm like a fly on the wall of the automotive scene, I guess, in a lot of ways. But like Haltech and your commitment to the car scene here in New Zealand is totally commendable. You don't miss a beat. You're always there. The Haltech tent's always there. The merch is always available. There's always a Michael or a James that's there to talk about why your product is better than everyone else's.
Page up for power, baby.
Paging up for power. But you guys are ruthless. I'm going to say ruthless with your conviction to getting to shows and events and making sure that the brand is properly represented. That's why we're so fizzy about it. You know?
I think that's probably the biggest part of why the brand is recognised, though, is because you're actually out there doing it. You know, like if you're not out there doing it, and
there doing it.
Oh, you and Jono have been out there doing it. You're doing what you need to for Mag and Turbo Manukau, 40B Cavendish Drive.
Throwing ourselves out there, hoping people at home subscribe and ring the bell.
Yep.
You can ring my bell. Ring my bell.
But I think that just putting yourself in front and in the social space means that you move forward. And
100%. But I think what you guys do is incredible. You can't go to a car show in New Zealand without seeing Haltech tent there, without the merch. The merch goes super good, which brings us to our next available point. We've got
a giveaway.
Our first giveaway on What's on the Hoist, baby. Yeah. Throw them in, Danton. Yeah, that's right. Haltech
Haltech
tees,
shirts.
baby. Range of sizes. That's right. Haltech. So, how many
of
tees have we
power.
got, Danton? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If my counting, well, did you get
There's
the one
one
at
there
the front?
too.
It's 6, mate.
6.
Yeah. I usually stop after my fingers run out. Oh, there's another one.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're all
So,
thumbs, bro.
what we're going to do is we're trying to encourage people to drop comments. Our crazy event, man, the Rotary crew, the Rotary aficionados love a good comment section, and we appreciate all of that. The our crazy episode that we did, thank you to everybody that dropped a comment. Helps the algorithm, helps us. Thank you, James, for bringing your rotor in. Everyone, let's have a chat about James's rotor. What I want to see is your size, but I also want to see
Your size. You want to see the size?
I want to see all of that size of your T-shirt. I want the 5 best comments saying nice things about Jono Woo. We'll get a Haltech T-shirt. We'll touch base with you.
Yep.
And we'll send them out to you. Wherever that is, across New Zealand, America, or even Australia, because we love ourselves some Australians. Or whoever's watching, we don't care, mate. If you're in Bangladesh, we'll send it. No, 100%.
It's only postage.
Iceland,
Yeah.
we'll send it. We don't care. We'll just put it in a box and send it.
It might even get signed by John O'Woo.
Yeah, as signed by
signature.
John Woo.
As signed by
James
John
Kirkham.
O'Woo.
Could possibly.
Yeah, you guys just talk quietly. I'm going for a piss.
Quietly.
Let's start this again. Hi, I'm back. I just had a little wee. It was transformative. I'm Trans Hillary.
Hey, Transzilla.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm good.
Nice. Thanks
I
for
thought
joining
after
us
watching
here.
Our Crazy, I thought we'd bring some more characters to the show.
Lovely.
Yeah, this will give you freaking nightmares, won't it, boys? Hey? Yeah. So you're going to picture this forward driving with James, and we come flipping, ripping out in Grimace, just full flight, and there's a whole lot of boys with their truck stuck in the middle of the bush, and we come flying out with the wheels like flipping, pointing to the ceiling, and boom, and I'm out the window. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. They're like, what the? Yeah, that's Trans Hillary.
Transzilla.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do we do now? We've come to the favourite part of our show. And
Which
what is
is?
the favourite part of our show? Favourite part of the show is whether or not Jono's spirit level is up or down or centred, where we get to thank the sponsors.
No.
Hold
We're
on.
not thanking the sponsors yet, mate. Since we've got given T-shirts, we have to give a T-shirt.
Oh.
Oh, God, that's such... Bro, Jono Woo, everybody.
Oh,
He's
not this
back.
again.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's my boy. That's 3 in a row now, eh?
Ah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So down here at What's on the Hoist, we want to give James a T-shirt for giving us more T-shirts. to
What
give away.
T-shirt have you got there, mate? Hold it up.
got
Hold
a-
it proud. Stand
I've
up.
got a
show-
What's on a Hoist
Yeah,
T-shirt.
what's the branding at the bottom? What's that little blue? Oh, Megan Turbo Manuko.
There we go.
That's a splotch on it.
It's a
It
splash.
is. So
There we go,
what's on the
James.
hoist? We'd love to gift
you very
that
much.
because we love the merch you've given us today, and everybody who sits on the automotive casting couch gets a complimentary What's on the Hoist T-shirt. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much
that,
for
boys.
coming along. That's amazing.
No drama.
Amazing story. 27 years of ownership, Jono.
Yeah, it's a
that's
long
2
time.
years longer than you've been alive.
I know.
Yes. So anyway, my favourite part of the show, where we ask Jono some really important question.
Whoa.
Well, hold on. My favourite part of the show, where I ask Jono a very important question. It's always good to be grammatically correct.
Yes,
Right.
you are correct.
Jono,
Good, sir.
would you like to thank the sponsors?
I would love to thank the sponsors, and today's sponsor, surprise, surprise, Mag and Turbo Manukau City, 40B Cavendish Drive, up there on the sign.
Woo. Now, if you're going to build a kitchen, who are you going to build a kitchen with?
DJS Cabinetry.
Guaranteed to be a bespoke stunner that you will never regret waking up to and cooking your man some eggs.
And your favourite question,
If I'm paging up for power,
yes, who are you going to call?
I'm going to call Haltech, not Ghostbusters, not anybody else, not. They're all great brands, but they're not Haltech. I'm so invested in Haltech. I love the brand. I love the culture. I love the people. I love James. Haltech, baby. All day,
Thanks,
every
matey.
damn day. Hey, if you come and tell me something else, we got issues, right? Haltech. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not violent. I actually love people. But I love Haltech, and I'm passionate about it. So thank you, James.
Thank you,
You're
mate.
such a blessing to have on the show.
It's great to
27
be-
years of
great to be on the
ownership.
show.
it was great to have you here and understanding your journey and Danika's patience. It's just amazing. So thank you so much. And to everybody out there, to quote a great ad, stay cool, use your charm. Good night, New Zealand.